Hello, my name is Greta Harrison. Welcome to Born Fabulous Podcast, episode 17 of season 2. The theme of this season is changing the world one friendship at a time. You will hear interviews with best friends. One person happens to have a disability and the other does not. This episode is the second of an 8-part interview with Micah Fialka-Feldman and his best friend, Tori Cedar. Micah Fialka-Feldman is well known as one of the stars of Dan Habib's acclaimed movie, Intelligent Lives. He is a teaching assistant at Syracuse University, a keynote speaker, and an author. Micah's best friend, Tori Cedar, is a graduate student working on her doctorate. She and Micah have been best friends for about 6 years. Tori does not have a disability. In this episode, you will get to know Micah and Tori. You will hear more about their friendship and how they are allies. Please enjoy this short clip of Love is a Potion. The lyrics are by Melissa Riggio, who was the focus of episodes 1 through 4 in season 1. The music and voice are by Rachel Fuller. So, Tori, how would you describe your friendship with Micah?
Definitely, Micah's the kind of person that he like I've described before. He's a big connector in a lot of different ways. I would say what started as Micah definitely started as someone in my life that I look to for kind of guidance in. Especially in the disability community, early on in my stages of navigating, kind of what I was going to do for my career and grad school and stuff. Micah was someone that always, I call him like, my voice of reason, my backbone, which essentially what that means is that whenever I worried or had a question or if am I doing this right? Am I doing this the right way? Micah was a lot of my answer to that question. And then that kind of stemmed into what started as kind of more of like a colleague relationship, then turned into obviously one of my, walking away from college was, one of my greatest friends from undergrad. And we talk daily and he's continues to be that like, a lot of advice, as any friendship is, a lot of, he's a great listener. And, he's definitely been someone that's been there for me in all different aspects, not just, Micah isn't just a role that I look at when I have questions about the disability community. Micah is my question for my workouts and so is, his workouts and what marathon am I running next? And, we're talking about what food we ate during the day. I mean, it has come to such, a day-to-day, everyday friendship than just like a colleague type. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but
you are. And I really love when you said that when you were uncertain and you were beginning on the journey that you're on now to really be a strong ally for the disability community, that Micah was a source that you went to. Mm-hmm. Because so often, there's a saying, and I know Micah loves the saying, nothing about us without us, right? Uh-huh. And so obviously we have to consult self-advocates, and I'm so glad that you just go straight to the source. So that's it. And we know Micah is direct. We're going to be getting to that shortly. He will tell you that. So Micah, let's hear about you, how you would describe your friendship with Tori.
It's friendly, it's outgoing, it's everything about me and Tori we are great friends for life, and it's just a great friendship. I couldn't ask for a better friend, and yeah.
And you're very, very good about showing your gratitude all the time. You show gratitude for everything in life.
And I asked Amanda and Tori if I'm ever sending too many text messages, and they say, "Oh," they like say, "Oh, we will tell you if I'm ever sending sending too many messages."
Tori, does he send too many messages?
No, not at all. Not at all. And if he did, I would tell him. So I think we have that kind of, comfortability with each other. But no, he doesn't. I mean, best friends talk every day, and they worry about things with each other. And Micah definitely is the one to check in with us all the time, like, especially with everything going on this week, as you've discussed, Greta. We have a group chat, me, Micah, and Amanda. And it's, when we get up in the morning, how we all feeling, what's going on, touch base if you need us type thing. And that's what we do every day.
That's great. And I'm sure that his text messages probably make you happy many times when you might not be feeling happy. So
definitely. I mean, self-care right now and support from each other is absolutely necessary. So, and it's needed, and that's what Micah gives us a lot of. So
that's good. So let's talk about what you guys like to do when you're together. Now, let's think about the times before we are self-isolating and showing social distance and all of these things. The time before this, what did you like to do together? And let's give some examples.
We like to run. We like to take walks. We like to give hugs to each other. We like to go out to lunch or dinner. We like to go to movies. We like to do a lot of stuff like any other friend does.
And when you guys run, do you talk while you run?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes that's hard, but, we work with it.
We do.
And you've had some really, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've had some really serious talks on those benches, haven't you?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah. I
think we literally were just talking about that last night when we met, because to this day I spoke about this conversation in a lot of different settings. But what year? It was 2018, and jump in, Micah.
Yeah.
And Syracuse, kind of the university itself, was in a little bit of some turmoil because there was a fraternity on campus that really, a video leaked during some kind of like hazing process, and a video leaked. It's just really hard to talk about. That
it was like a video, like how like it's a video like they like put down like people with disabilities, and they like said some like things that they shouldn't have said, and they like and I don't think they like got in trouble. Maybe they got in trouble, and they got in trouble. Then they sued the university because they wanted to get money, or I don't know, but it was bad.
The comments were just really heinous to all different communities. It was the disability community, but it was, African Americans, Hispanic, like Jewish. It was horrifying, like absolutely horrifying. And the video leaked. It was on like news channels. Like it wasn't just like a Syracuse University. No, it was people. I had like family from home calling me about it. And it was something that really rocked our community, especially at Inclusive U and our staff. And so what had happened that week was the what do you call the like the president, the student body, student government, that's what it was, reached out to Inclusive U because they wanted people who were like leaders
Yeah.
of like each of these communities that were basically targeted, to kind of come together and have like a question in it, like, Q&A type feel for how the university could better support these communities in times of this need, and how we as a university could kind of come back and like what we were doing next, essentially. And I had gotten a phone call about being one of the people to sit up there and answer these questions. And at first I was just horrified. Yeah. Like I was like, absolutely, at first I didn't want to. Micah was my first phone call, and as well as Dr. Diane Weiner, who is also a huge name in our community. And I had conversations with both of them, but my conversation with Micah, I came down with him. We were sitting on a bench near Marshall Street, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't think that I should be up there. I don't want to be. I feel like the work that we've done here, it makes me feel like it's gone out the window. Like all we do every day is preach and inclusion, and just how can this be happening? And I was horrified, and I really just didn't feel like I was, I don't know, qualified to be up there. And this is like not a common theme conversation that I think we have, but that me being in this community and being an ally has been something that it is my life. It's a huge, huge part of my life. However, I will never be someone with an intellectual disability. And I think for me, that was what, like, I didn't want to be up there. I wanted us to be up there together. And I know that it's hard because like the university knows that I work with Inclusive VO, and yeah, we're gonna call her because that makes sense. But in my eyes, I didn't know. I just was kind of a mess. And I sat down with Micah, and do you want to talk about what you kind of told me to do?
I'm not sure. What did I say? I don't even remember what I said.
It's not. That's also what's funny about it is that like these conversations that like hit people so hard, like that's like this is perfect because like that. Micah is just Micah. Like for him, that conversation might not have stood out as like my favorite conversation of all time, because that is Micah. Like this is perfect, actually perfect that this is happening right now, because it just goes to show that this conversation was just like any other conversation in his life. But he basically was like, no, like we are each other's ally, you know, like you are mine and I am yours. And regardless, like I'm going to be sitting right there across from you, and my voice is going to be with you. You're just going to be the one sitting there.
Okay. And then I said, I think because I'll like be there and she'll have like many support people there, and people that will support her, and I told her, yeah, you'll do a good job. And
right, because there was times like throughout it was like a 2-hour thing. It was long. I like was sweating, and but there was, you know, whenever I needed some kind of like reset of like calm, or it's just like a voice that I knew, I just looked to my crew, and Micah was, you know, the person that I would look to just to be like, okay, like I'm just sitting, like these are the voices that we are all speaking together. Yes, it's my voice, but we are speaking together when we talk about what this experience has been like for that past week. And it was really hard, but that conversation kind of has been something that Micah and I have continued to talk about, of just us and our advocacy and allyship together as friends, and how we navigate that in our world.
Micah, I think that's really important that you're recognizing allies and the fact that we all need allies. And I think that's one of the many things you bring to the table is putting a spotlight on these things. So thank you for that. Are there any other stories from the bench that you want to share?
Relationship stuff.
Oh yeah, and I think she helped me during my time of trying to when I was dating Megan in the movie. After the movie came out, of trying to decide of how long to like date her and how long to like keep going. And I talked to her and many other people to try to just figure out how to know that it was a good idea to, well, not a good idea, but a good thing to like go our separate ways, and just knew that if I would have kept dating, most things wouldn't have changed.
You just weren't a good fit.
Yeah.
But it was an experience.
Yeah, it was.
And just like, as you said earlier, just like any other friends, you talk about stuff like that. That's how you talk through relationships, and that's very good. Thank you for listening to Born Fabulous Podcast's 17th episode of Season 2. I hope you enjoyed it and want to hear more. If you would like to see this episode, it is available on YouTube and on bornfabulouspodcast.com. The friendship between Micah and Tori is a joy to see as well as hear. In episode 18, Micah and Tori will talk about inclusive view at Syracuse University, guardianship, and one-liners. To see some photos and videos of Micah and Tori, or to sign up for our email list, please go to www.bornfabulouspodcast.com. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, find us on Twitter at Podcast Born, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Pinterest. I'd be honored if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Now, please enjoy this clip of Love is a Potion. The lyrics are by Melissa Riggio, who was the focus of episodes 1 through 4 in Season 1. The music and voice are by Rachel Fuller.